I don't like small talk. I'm not a
I
small
don't
talk
either,
person.
Kyle.
It's
That's why
painful.
we get along.
It's painful. Um,
It's not as painful for me as I just don't care.
well, yeah, I think that's what it is more than anything. I don't like it. I don't care,
It is
and
exhausting,
it's
small talk.
exhausting. It's
It's funny because
exhausting.
other people think that the kind of conversations that you and I have are exhausting.
Yeah, yeah, and that's fine.
Yeah,
That's
I think
fine.
it's exhausting to
That's fine.
not talk about the stuff that's
Hmm.
important
Right, right.
because you have to keep holding it back.
And I'm searching my brain for you know for a care to give. I don't care though. You know, I was at work a couple of days ago, and this girl tells me that she just put a picture of her dog on her desk, and I just tilted my head and stared at her for a split second and said, "Oh, that's really nice."
Meanwhile, you're obsessed with this dog,
Well,
so you
she's an
should be a
exception.
little more enthusiastic about her dog,
This
Kyle.
Charlie is an exception.
So, what do you think us big thinkers have to do in life if if we have no choice but to ponder the big questions?
Hmm.
Then I suppose that puts us at risk for feeling the big feelings.
Yeah.
So, even when you were a child, you were pondering the big questions, and your feelings were almost too big for you to handle.
Hmm.
Now I'm psychoanalyzing you, but
No, I mean you're pretty spot on. And I knew that from a young age. I knew that. So I mean, I have a twin sister, and I have a brother who's 2 years older than me. And I realized really early on that these kids, my brother and my sister, they just don't care about the same things that I care about. And it was more a thing of envy that I felt. It was
I know
how
that
can I
feeling.
just brush shit off in the way that they seem to,
I hear you.
you know.
I
I
had a
would.
friend, I always felt that way about it in
Hmm.
high school. Like, I said, she's like a rock. She just let everything wash over her.
Everything. Nothing
And I
bothers
was
you.
like this poor sponge. I was just taking it all in, like
Yeah, yeah.
every raindrop. I had to analyze where it was going and how it was feeling. And
Right,
yeah.
right, right. That's absolutely where I have been for the most part. I've gotten a lot better at brushing things off. I've gotten. It's not even brushing things off. I've gotten a lot better at. Uh, I think, and actually, this may not be good. I kind of I compartmentalize things a little bit better now. I put things in boxes a little bit better now, and
Oh, now you're giving me some good advice, Kyle.
no, I mean, I
I
don't know
like
that this is
that.
good. I don't know that this
Yeah,
is
I
good.
like it.
You know, we'll say this, and I think that this is something that you probably also have adopted years ago, but you run into someone and they just seem to they don't seem to be having a bad day. They seem to just be an asshole. Oh, you're just a dick. That's it. Instead of taking it
The
personally,
camera's shaking. Right?
instead of taking it personally, I think more than I think
You're
my
making me
first
laugh.
my instinct now is to say or to think, and this is my instinct. It's not even something that I train myself to do. It's, oh, this person may not have been raised right, or something may just be going on in their life, and this person's not a bad person. This person probably doesn't even realize that what they're doing right now. You know, and that sucks. That
I've had
sucks.
that big realization too lately. Lately, I've thought about myself, and there are a few moments where I cringe at how I
Oh
behaved.
yeah. Oh yeah.
And I cringe now just thinking about how I behaved.
Oh yeah.
And then I try to be gentler and kinder to myself.
Mhm.
And I say, oh, you were really having a hard time. And it came out in anger. It came out like just in not being able to keep your shit together and be
Yeah,
kind.
yeah.
And so I have compassion for myself now. And then that allows me to have compassion for somebody else who's behaving in a way that I, don't
Right.
enjoy.
Right.
So, yeah, it's a lot of humility.
I think so. I think that's the biggest word for it. I think I think realizing that, I think it's more than anything, it's a lesson to stop being so selfish and self-absorbed and thinking that you're the only one that's gone through anything in your life, and you're the only one who's ever had a bad experience or an experience that you perceive to be bad.